All in all, we have a pretty pleasant December day in the Volunteer State. The chilly rain from last night has moved on. The temps have bumped up a bit here at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tennessee Titans. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Got it.
54. Mike, 54.
Let's make these babies cry all the way. Go. Let's make these babies cry all the way, man. Fight.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Good job, D.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
It's a 31-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Chopper.
Now Rudolph. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watched that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
3rd play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he's got Moncrief. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
That throw's not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. 3rd down conversion here is big. Here's Rudolph. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Now a give, right side. Bernard. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Ready?
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Let's go one more.
Hey, Alpha.
Check.
Hey, stand off.
Here comes.
Ready?
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception here, Mariota. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
That second down play, nets a -4.
Back at the 37-yard line.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
It's just me and you.
Working out of the gun, Mariota. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he'll get this up near midfield, but that's still a few yards shy of the first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Come on out here. Come get some.
Go. Get it.
On first down, it's Rudolph. He's going to launch it for Washington. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Here we go. Set. 15 line. 15 line.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
61. Matchbox lights. Team. Hey, echo.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Mike 5-4.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Going deep to the end zone for Juju. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from him. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead.
Mike 54. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54.
Go. 54.
From the 40 now on second down. Rudolph. Washington's got it. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Ready.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Bernard. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. A first opportunity for the Steelers in the red zone. 1st and 10 at the 19. about the 6-yard line. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
60 outlaw. Don't say nothing. Good.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On second and goal, Rudolph. And this is going to be intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. There to make the tackle, Steven Nelson. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about Tiny? You're talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Makes it 3rd and 8.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Devin Bush, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Switzer on the return. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop. Look, squeeze. You got tight. You got tight right there. Rock it. You got that look. Hey. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Steps away to his left. Now he'll square up and throw deep left sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Hey!
On 2nd down, Bernard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line.
I'm coming up. Three. Check three.
From the gun, Mariota. It's caught. Humphreys. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
One.
Watch 98. Watch 98.
Mariota from the gun on 3rd down. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Past the 20. Touchdown, Titans. Corey Davis with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the first quarter. But in the second quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game?
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Kevin Byard, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Did I just see what I thought I saw? Did I just see what I thought? That had to be. Come on, say it for me. Say it for me. Who picked up that pass?
It's a free safety.
Oh, you got to have those great skills back there. Eyes, anticipation, great hands. And, of course, how about the fluid moves afterwards to take it all the way to the house?
Sounds like you're watching your old game film up here in your head.
Yeah, that's the dream I had of being that player. I just never was.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points get that 0 off the board. A run on first down, but it's not going to get him much. Maybe a yard, and that's all. The big man, Jarrell Casey, in on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 38-yard line.
Ready? 18, Gator.
54. Wild Bill.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph. And he connects with Vance McDonald. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 45-yard line.
17 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know, but all these first half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one, much more like lead.
54's Mike.
Back to the air, Rudolph on 2nd down. Moncrief brings it in. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Go.
Here's Bernard. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
No. Check.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rudolph. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line.
Orbit. Now.
Mike 55. Hey, eat.
Let's go.
3rd and long. It's Rudolph. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. The interception woes. They just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
One.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 50. H3-2-18. Chopper.
Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mike 50, yeah. That's right, baby. They don't want it.
Mariota on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. How about the safety, Minkah Fitzpatrick, swooping in for the sack. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Mariota hands to Henry. Pushing him away.
Popped it right out there.
Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Check three. Do.
Stand.
Watch twins. Slam.
Ready?
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Ready?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Chopper!
Watch 54. Let him know. Mike's 50.
Go.
54. Coming. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. I got one.
Out of the gun, Rudolph. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. And they are going for it. It's Rudolph. And now here is another interception. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry as he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
From the 39, Mariota going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Delta.
3rd and short yardage, Mariota. And he finds his target. It's Sharp. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They give him 27 yards on the third down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Mariota gives to Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Derrick Henry with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. The bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
55. Hey, Charlie.
Rudolph now to throw. Gets it to his running back, Bernard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Bernard. And he'll get this up to about the 40. The tackle by Terrence Mitchell.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Let's go. 8, read. Bravo.
Watch one. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Y'all not ready. Showing it. Look at me. Door now.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Rudolph going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. Taking it right down Broadway. And he's going to score. It's a Titans touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and good by Succop. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Come on, now. Let's go.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they gave up the pick 6. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
The Steelers first down.
Mike 55.
Now Bernard. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Titans' 49-yard line.
On the double.
Watching you 5. Coming. Hey, watch it, watch it.
6'6", pull it high. Be driven.
First carry for James Conner. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Here we go. Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Mike 54. Here we go.
Hey, Team 6. Team 6.
Mike's 5'4". You must be getting
Right.
54.
Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. And that will be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Let's go, defense.
Here we go on 4th. Rudolph. Able to find Switzer. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. They were caught in no man's land that time, but the decision to go for it, that was the right one. It's a first down. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. And that looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2.
2nd and 2 at the 27-yard line.
From the 27, Rudolph. He'll get this one to Switzer, and he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Nashville, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Go now. 15 line. 15 line. 50. Hey, let's go. Protein spill.
Check 52. Check 99. Check 99. Mike's 5'4".
Now Rudolph on first down. That's complete. Bernard. And they'll get this down to the 10. The passing game in rhythm right now for Pittsburgh. There's another first down. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Defense, let's go. Mike 5'5".
Hey, Delta.
Mike 5'5". Hey. Check 55 to Mike. Check.
Ready. Now.
2nd down and goal. Rudolph. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
So the face mask gets him a free 15 to start the drive. Derrick Henry trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41.
Where are they, team?
They'll run with Henry. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Blue 18.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a
3.
Bravo!
On second and 15 now. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Stephon Tuitt, the former Notre Dame man. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. He gets it to Humphreys. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there, hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call, and you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go. Let's bring it.
2nd and 10. Rudolph again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, so a lot of credit to the defensive game plan and especially the execution.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
54's Mike. Check, watch 54.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
54.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Washington's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Go. Be ready. Hey, high 7. Ready.
Rudolph on 1st down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
On 2nd and 10, Rudolph. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the safety, Kenny Vaccaro. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
1st down and 10.
Ready. 70. Indy. Leo.
Crunch time, defense. Watch the edge.
Hey, Haywood. Get it.
Rudolph following the fumble recovery. And his throw's going to be incomplete. James Washington was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Coming to you.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. We made one more play. Could have had our shutout.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. Brings up second and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Come on. You better bring it. Mike 55. Mike 55. I got you, boy.
That one looks like he'll throw here. They'll roll him out right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down.
It's going to be a long
Throwing is Mariota. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up first and 10.
Undercrunch, undercrunch, undercrunch. Hard, hard. Watch twist, watch twist, watch twist. Twist that.
Now it's Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the air.